Welcome. This is Vicki Lynn Haycraft with RealFoodLiving.com, and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to be talking about caramelized onions, and you can can them and save them for your pantry. I learned about these on a Facebook group for canning, and it's Canning and Preserving for Christians. I know that Canning Granny and several internet sites have had caramelized onion. We don't can butter, so I wanted one that had a recipe using olive oil. I took the recipe and adapted it, and then I pressure canned them in jelly jars, or 8-ounce jelly jars. They're absolutely fabulous. I'm going to give you some quick tips on how to cut onions without crying, and then we're going to show you how to cook and can caramelized onions. If you've ever had grilled onions, caramelized onions, they're so sweet, and these are from yellow storage onions. Now the first thing that I do is I cut off the root and blossom end under running water. What this does is it washes away the oils that cause you to tear up. Then I take the onion and cut it right in half. Again, running it under water. And this is cold water, cold tap water. Then I simply remove the skin and get ready to cut it. Most of the oils have been washed away, and you end up not having to cry at all. Again, you cut off the bloom and the root end, run it under water, cut it in half, run it under water, take off the skin, and get it ready to cut. Okay, then for caramelized onions, I simply slice them about that thick. You can do them thicker if you like, or thinner. After a long period of cooking, they tend to cook down pretty thinly, so I like to get a good chunk. You can cut them in your favorite way. And again, since most of the oils have been washed away, you're not going to be crying. Rather quickly. I have 12 pounds of yellow onions that I'm doing today. This is my second batch, and I'm going to be using the same roaster that I used yesterday. In my electric roaster, I'm putting the cut up onions. I used this roaster for the last batch, so it still has some of the remnants, and I put a thin layer of olive oil underneath, and I'll fill it up with 12 pounds of onions, and I'll be back. And the unveiling. What we have here is some beautiful caramelized onion. Okay, I've got several more jars to remove from the canner and let cool, and then we'll go back to the roaster and show you how to get these cooking. Well, I've taken out all of the caramelized onion from the canner, and now it's time to put another batch in. So, as I said, I've got 12 pounds of yellow onions here that are sliced, and I like to use olive oil instead of butter because I don't like to can butter. Now, what I put on is 1 to 2 tablespoons per pound, and it creates a lovely juice that you can with it, and it kind of comes out like an onion jam. Then I'm going to put it on low on my slow cook, and I'm going to cook it overnight. And then we'll come back tomorrow and I'll show you what it looks like. Hi, and welcome back to my kitchen. This is Vicki Lynn Haycraft with RealFoodLiving.com and the YouTube channel, Real Food Living 1. What I'm doing right now is getting the last of my slow-cooked, delicious, rich, sweet caramelized onions, and I'm getting ready to pressure can them. I'm pressure canning them in pints for 75 minutes. Where we live, I use 15 pounds of pressure. But I find out that I only have 5 pints. Well, my canner holds more than that, so instead of running a canner with less than a load, what I like to do is fill up canning jars with water and can them along with my food. What that does is turns this water into sterilized water, I like to have it on my shelf for medical procedures, such as any type of flushing or irrigation, and especially for those who use neti pots or nasal irrigation. You know you have to have boiled water or distilled water, and this is perfect for that. So the next time that you have a short canner full of little jars or not enough jars, go ahead and add a quart or a pint or whatever you want of water, and that way you can sterilize water. You can even use it for drinking. That's my tip for today. Thanks for coming to realfoodliving.com. This is Vicki Lynn Haycraft, and I'll see you next time.